Hello students, continuing our discussion on demand elasticity, I'd like to give just one simple example. Suppose a company finds that the demand for soda products increases from 100 bottles to 110 bottles as a result of the price decrease from rupees 2 to rupees 1.5 per bottle. Means the company is manufacturing soda and selling it at 2 rupees per bottle. So they are able to sell 100 bottles every day. But now they have reduced the price from 2 to 1 rupees 50 paisa. So what happens when the price has reduced, then the demand for bottle soda increased from 100 to 110 bottles. Okay, so 10 bottles increase. The price elasticity of demand is calculated by taking a 10% increase in demand, because for 100 bottles now it is selling 110, so that is 10% increased demand, and dividing it by 25% decrease in the price. So earlier price was 2 rupees, now the revised price is 1.5 rupees, so the reduction in 25% of the price. So how you calculate this now? You calculate 100, 110 minus 100 is equal to 10. So the demand is 10 bottles. The change in increase in 10 bottles. Initial bottles is 100. So 10 divided by 100, you will get is 0.1. Okay. And 0.1 divided by the price, the change in price, that is 0.25. So 0.1 divided by 0.25 is good. You will get as 0.4. So this indicates that lowering soda prices will result in a relatively small uptick in the demand, because the price elasticity of demand for soda is inelastic. Okay, the demand elasticity is less than 1, then it is called as inelastic. Also, an increase in the total revenue will be smaller in this case compared to the more elastic demand in soda, because earlier when he was selling 100 bottles for 2 rupees, his revenue was 200 rupees. Now he is selling 110 bottles for 1.5 rupees. So that is 110 plus 55. That is 165. So the revenue has reduced. Though the price has reduced by 25%, revenue also has reduced, and earlier it was 200 rupees revenue, now it is 165 rupees revenue per day. So this is known as elasticity of demand. And there are two types of elasticity actually. Important. One is price elasticity and the second is income elasticity. Okay. So what is price elasticity? Price elasticity of demand measures the change in quantity demanded to the change in the price. That is, it is a ratio of percentage change in the quantity demanded to the percentage change in the price. Price elasticity is equal to proportionate change in quantity demanded divided by proportionate change in the price. Okay, so you can take one example as I gave. The motorcycle sales before this Bharat Stage 6 was more. Okay, but after the introduction of Bharat Stage 6 and some more safety norms like ABS, so the bike prices have increased, and because there is an increase in the price, the quantity demanded is reduced. Got it? So here these are the price elasticity will change you, tell you the change in demand quantity divided by change in price. There are actually 5 types of price elasticity for demand. But the two main important types of elasticity are price elasticity and income elasticity. Okay. Now, income elasticity we had discussed regarding this COVID case. Income elasticity of demand shows that change in the quantity demanded as a result of change in consumers' income. Again, taking the corona situation, there is a reduction in the income of the consumers. Definitely the demand also reduces. Okay, so the income elasticity of demand may be stated in the form of formula. Income elasticity is equal to proportionate change in the quantity demanded divided by proportionate change in the income. So when the income changes, definitely the quantity demanded also changes. The other way around is also okay. See, after 1 or 2 years, when the situation becomes normal and the economy picks up, then there will again change in income, and because of this change in income, there will be again change in the quantity demanded. So this is about income elasticity. So what is the importance of elasticity? The concept of elasticity of demand is much of practical importance. Why? Because it determines the production. So producers like automobile manufacturers now, for in one example, generally decide their production level on the basis of demand for their product. Hence, elasticity of demand helps to fix the level of output. Second, price fixation. Each seller under monopoly and imperfect competition has to take into account the elasticity of demand while fixing their price. If the demand for the product is inelastic, he can fix a higher price. If there is a monopoly, then the person can fix their own price. But because now there is no much monopoly in any industry, so the prices depend upon the demand. Distribution. Elasticity helps in the determination of rewards for the factors of production. For example, if the demand for labor is inelastic, trade unions can raise wages. Okay. Then international trade. This concept helps in finding out the terms of trade between two countries. Terms of trade mean rate at which the domestic commodity is exchanged for foreign commodities. Public finance. This assists the government in formulating tax policies. In order to impose tax on commodity, the government should take into consideration the demand elasticity. And nationalization. Elasticity of demand helps the government to decide about the nationalization of industries. So I think you might have heard of nationalization of banks. Okay, earlier banks were all private, then like State Bank of India, Corporation Bank, they are all nationalized. Then price discrimination. The manufacturer can fix a higher price for a product which has inelastic demand and lower price for a product which has elastic demand. So elastic means, as we have discussed, if because of the change in income or change in price, the demand changes, then it will call it as elastic. But if there is no change, then it is called inelastic. So if there is no change in the demand, then the price can be fixed, higher price can be fixed by the manufacturer.